Be sure to check the timestamps in the description to easily navigate the video. I just wanted to put this at the beginning of the video. I do talk about it in the intro and a little bit at the end, but I am recovering from a stomach bug I've had for like the last 48 hours. I'm still feeling pretty bad. As I progressed through the video, I started feeling worse and worse, so I may start to sound a little bit wound down, but nonetheless, I just wanted to bring you guys all this awesome information. I'm not too sure what we can really pull from it yet, but this is basically me just reading the newest articles on Watchers on the Wall. We'll definitely be discussing it in the next couple videos, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And welcome back to Lycan Studios. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. So, as you may have noticed, we're changing things up a little bit. I'm no longer doing the intro at the beginning of the video. From now on, we're just going to have like a display on the bottom, kind of overlaying everything, telling you guys about like my links and stuff like that to the Patreon supporters. So, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Definitely let me know what you think. If it's too annoying to look at throughout the whole entire video, we'll definitely change it up. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about the 3 new articles on Watchers on the Wall. It's basically talking about the Dragonpit for Season 8 and who all has been seen heading that way. I'm not too sure if a lot of these are really going to be true or not. I think they may just be throwing us kind of a curveball, but we'll definitely talk about that in just a little bit, so stay tuned. I also wanted to tell you guys to definitely leave me some questions for the Q&A number 2. I can't wait to get that video out. I still need a lot more questions though. I think as of right now, I only have like 3 or 4, so definitely ask me some questions. If you're a Patreon supporter, definitely leave me some questions on there. It's going to be awesome. And last but not least, I just wanted to apologize for the lack of uploads the last few days. So we ended up going to the zoo. My daughter ended up getting sick afterwards. She was throwing up and stuff like that. She started to feel a little bit better, but I think by then she had already passed it to me, because for the last 48 hours I've been just throwing up and puking and all that stuff, and it's not been a good couple days. I ended up calling into work today, but I am starting to feel quite a bit better. I think in the last 48 hours I probably ate like 7 saltines and drank like 6 or 7 bottles of water. It's just kind of sucked, but nonetheless, I'm making this video now. I'm gonna go back to work tomorrow, so hopefully you guys can forgive me for that. It seems like every time I get on a roll and stuff, something just happens, but we're gonna try to get back into it. Oh, and I guess I better tell you, with that being said, like I said, I'm not really feeling that great, so I am probably going to slack on the editing and all that stuff, and I may sound a little bit wound down, so I do apologize. But anyways, let's finally jump into these spoilers. So I may pronounce some of these words wrong, but it says unexpected cast member arrives in Sevilla, I'm pretty sure is how you pronounce it in the native tongue, as Season 8 Dragonpit shoots get going. I'll probably just substitute like the actual places for what we know them as in Game of Thrones. So it says, though filming in the Dragonpit was supposed to commence last week, all evidence, or rather the lack of any evidence of anything going on there, pointed to the contrary. Thankfully, that changed today. After weeks of preparations on the amphitheater by the local crew, the Northern Ireland-based crew has finally arrived, and they're not the only ones. First of all, GOT-like locations photos show not only a warning against using drones to peep on the production, but also the familiar G&H trucks. The production crew's arrival clears up the apparently strange duration for the shoot. The initial reported schedule confused us, as there were no signs that an elaborate sequence of any sort would be shot in or around the amphitheater, even though they were supposed to film there for 4 weeks. Since then, it's become increasingly obvious that the original timeline included at least part of the pre-production phase. The exact duration of the shoot is still up in the air, but now we know it won't be an entire month. Finally, there is an unexpected cast member we teased. In a rather unlikely coincidence, Maisie Williams is in Sevilla. Yesterday, her boyfriend shared a selfie via Instagram stories, supposedly just on vacation. Holiday with my holiday. The reflection on her sunglasses is what gave her location away, of all things. It appears to be the Alfonso XIII Hotel in Sevilla, which is exactly where the cast stayed last year as they filmed in the Dragon's Pit. She could just be there, vacationing with her boyfriend, of course, but it would be one hell of a coincidence for Maisie to show up in Sevilla, minutes away from the Dragon Pit, and staying in the same place that the cast used last time. I think not. And yes, I do know that XIII means 13, I just had to think about it, okay? I'm sick. If this is what it looks like, Arya's presence in the Dragon Pit is a bit of a surprise. I'm sure speculation will be lively below, but personally, I've got nothing. I can imagine many reasons, or rather targets, for Arya to infiltrate the Red Keep, but the Dragon Pit not so much, unless Cersei and the Mountain have become fond of the Targaryen ruin. So we're just going to jump straight into the next article because it kind of all ties together. So this one says, updated, Season 8 spoilers, even more characters at the Dragon Pit confirmed. This is also where it gets really weird. It says a few days ago we placed a main cast member in Sevilla and considered it big news. After all, the shoot and the Dragon's Pit had been remarkably quiet compared to last time for the Season 7 finale, when so many cast members made themselves known in Sevilla. Therefore, our expectations this time were for a much more private affair. We were wrong. We were oh so happily wrong. Los Siete Reinos just reported on the arrival in Sevilla of 2 familiar faces, or rather bodies. They are the body doubles for Peter Dinklage and Sophie Turner, whose presence there placed Tyrion and Sansa at the Dragon Pit in Season 8, alongside Arya. It's not just body doubles, however. Yesterday, a high-end restaurant in Cadiz, I think is how you say it, which is close to Sevilla, was visited by Peter Dinklage himself, along with showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. If no other director is cited in Spain, it could mean that the Dragonpit shoot is for the series finale, which will be directed by the showrunners. As you can see below, Dinklage happily posed for a photo with the chef, Angel Leon. Angel? Sorry if I mispronounced that. There are also reports from yesterday of several cast members waiting at a London airport for a flight to Sevilla. Supposedly, the actors in question were Kit Harington, Sophie Turner, Isaac Hempstead Wright, Gwendolyn Christie, and John Bradley. Unfortunately, we can't confirm these sightings as they weren't photographed, but if they are true, we should expect the following characters, at the very least, to appear at the Dragonpit in Season 8. Tyrion, Sansa, Jon, Arya, Bran, Brienne, and Sam. And so it appears we went from not even being sure any cast members would be at the Dragonpit, to knowing that Maisie Williams would be, to now being pretty sure a large part of the main cast will be present in Season 8. This shoot wouldn't include as many characters as last time, though of course other cast members may be cited yet, but it would be a first for several of them. Arya and Sansa haven't been in King's Landing for several years, and they never went to the Dragonpit in the first place, and this will be a first for Sam as well. This now looks more like a big scene akin to the one in The Dragon and the Wolf. Naturally, the question is whether it'll take place during peace talks, as it did last time, or during battle. Whether there's fighting going on in or around the capital, there probably won't be a battle inside the Dragonpit. Partly because many of these characters aren't really fighters, but more importantly because it's unlikely a battle sequence would be allowed to be shot at a site as historic as the amphitheater. With these cast members and the advantages and limitations provided by this location, what do you think will happen to the Dragonpit in the 8th and final season? But then we have a huge update. It says Maria on Twitter shared the following photos with the showrunners, Sophie Turner, Peter Dinklage, Maisie Williams, Isaac Hempstead Wright, Peter Dinklage, and Liam Cunningham meeting the fans at the hotel's entrance. There are also reported sightings of Joe Dempsey, Gwendolyn Christie, Conleth Hill, and Nicolaj Coster-Waldau at the hotel. I'm pretty sure that's how you say their names. I'm telling you, I'm going to mess something up. There are stranger sightings as well by Red BO4, including Tom, I don't even know how to say that last name, and Faye Marseille, who played Jack and Hagar and the Waif respectively. That is weird. That's where this whole video is coming from. Confused? You're not the only one. We'll try to clear things up below. Additionally, a Watchers on the Wall reader got a hold of the following photos from a friend in Sevilla and shared them in the comments below. It showed Peter Dinklage, Maisie Williams, and Sophie Turner together, as well as showrunner David Benioff and, shockingly, Vladimir Furdik. The Night King? What the hell? This appears to indicate that we'll see the Night King in the Dragonpit. However, the fact that they aren't making any effort to hide him, quite the opposite in fact, may point to this being a misdirection. Furdik and the reported sightings of Tom and Marseille tip us off that some of these cast members may not be involved in the shoot at all. It then says we usually don't entertain these conspiracy theories at Watchers on the Wall because they never pan out, but despite claims of fake scenes and the like, they've never really done something like this before. But in this case, I do believe it may be quite likely that some cast members have been brought in to hide who will really be involved. Why try to fool us with tertiary characters like the Waif? Because their performers would be so much easier and cheaper to bring them along for a laugh than, say, Emilia Clarke, who is kind of a star now and quite busy promoting her own film at the moment. Could we see the Faceless Men again at the Dragonpit and the Night King and all these characters too? For sure. But the fact that they were publicly paraded before the fans in Sevilla should give even the most trusting amongst us some doubts. If we really want to know the truth, we gotta see which actors will actually stay for the entire shoot. Holy shit. So we still have a whole nother article, but it kind of goes off topic a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of discuss this for a minute. There's really not even much I can talk about because like it says in the article, is this really true? Like, are they actually bringing these guys in to actually shoot? I'm not too sure. Could it be some type of like, I don't know, flashback or something? I'm not too sure. This is just going to be absolutely insane. Could you imagine if the Night King actually makes it to the Dragonpit along with the Faceless Men? I don't know. That would be insane. What do you guys think could happen? I think I'm actually going to just wait and make a whole nother video on this talking about what all the possibilities could be and what I think would actually be going down. So we're actually going to just shoot into this third article. So it actually kind of stays on track with these last two for a little bit, but then it switches off back to Lycan Studios. It says Season 8, King's Landing, filming spoilers, and Game of Thrones cast tour Sevilla. It says the big Game of Thrones news this week was the arrival in Sevilla of most of the cast for the Dragonpit scenes, though they may have not been there for other reasons as well. There are a few new arrivals, including one we've been expecting for a while. This focus in Spain doesn't mean that the home front has been abandoned. However, Season 8 is still being filmed in Belfast and major things are happening. Beware, spoilers below. So first it kind of talks about the cast and stuff going to a football game, which I'm not really into. But anyways, it says, moreover, a few actors we didn't mention in our first report have been sighted in Sevilla. To review, or for those of you who missed it, a few days ago we saw Peter Dinklage, Nicolaj Coster-Waldau, Sophie Turner, Maisie Williams, Isaac Hempstead Wright, Liam Cunningham, Joe Dempsey, Gwendolyn Christie, Conleth Hill, the unexpected Faceless Men, Tom, however you pronounce his last name, and Faye Marseille, and then the Night King himself, Vladimir Furtick. Since then, a few other cast members have been recognized by multiple sources. We have Ian Glenn, Lino Facioli, Lord of the Vale, which, you know, is Sweet Robin. And then we have the Mad Queen, Lena Headey. From there, it pretty much moves on. It talks about the King's Landing set and how basically it has changed. It shows some obliterated towers and how basically none of the banners are really on the castle walls anymore. Now, we did kind of know that the gate would be destroyed, but now that the towers are obliterated, this is just crazy. Definitely check out the pictures I'm putting on the screen. It basically says that we always knew King's Landing would fall at some point in the shoot, and now it has. This means all the scenes featuring the city's walls before they fell in battle have already been shot. Since an entire city street was built here, it stands to reason that much of the conflict will take place inside the city too, once the gate is breached, so don't despair. There are probably many days of King's Landing filming left, and we may see something just yet. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the video. I basically just read through 3 articles, but this is huge. My next couple videos will probably be talking about stuff that's going on, and definitely things that we can gather from this information. Definitely let me know what you guys think. If it's anything really good, I may put it in that next video. I do want to apologize, though, if I do sound wound down. I'm still feeling sick. As I continue to make this video and stuff, I just started feeling worse and worse. But nonetheless, hopefully I'll be feeling better tomorrow. We'll see you in the next one. This has been Lycan Studios. Peace.